Produced in 1986 by Lynn Geyer, this narrative journey through pre- and post-prohibition Breweriana advertising highlights not only some very rare advertising pieces from that time, it also showcases the incredible art depicted by the breweries. We hope you enjoy the video, and please visit us at www.lynngeyersauction.com.
The Breweriana on this tape will cover two periods. The first period is referred to as pre-pro, those items that were manufactured and distributed prior to Prohibition, which occurred in 1919. The second period is referred to as post-pro, those items manufactured and distributed after Prohibition ended in 1933. The first tray we have here is from the Voigt Brewing Company of Detroit, Michigan. The tray was manufactured by the Schonk Tray Works of Chicago, Illinois. Schonk was noted for its beautiful colors, its fine lithography. This blue and white rectangular tray is referred to as Delft style. It is from the Northwestern Brewing Company of Chicago, Illinois. From the Christian Deal Brewing Company of Fort Defiance, Ohio, we have two post-pro trays. There are two variations in this tray, one showing a New Deal, which was basically put out in 1934 to coincide with Franklin Delano Roosevelt's A New Deal. Wagner Brewing Company of Salt Lake City, Utah thought enough of their product to put it on their tray. This is a molded cardboard piece put out by the Frank Brewing Company of Brooklyn, New York. Because of the fragile nature of this particular piece, very few of these survived. Jerry's Smile was an oval, self-framed tin sign manufactured by the H.D. Beach Company in 1903 for the Getz Brewing Company of St. Joseph, Missouri. The size of this self-framed tin sign is 28 inches by 22 inches. The H.D. Beach Company also manufactured this sign for the Hudipole Brewing Company of Cincinnati, Ohio. This is an embossed tin sign from the Lemp Brewing Company of St. Louis. This is very early pre-pro piece dating prior to 1905. This original oil painting shows Mount Whitney. The only advertising on this particular piece is on the plaque that reads, "Mount Whitney tops them all, property of Fresno Brewing Company." This was made between 1944 and 1948. This three-dimensional plaster plaque was put out by the Arizona Brewing Company of Phoenix, Arizona. Apache beer was sold until 1949. This example of superb lithography is a Schlitz 1909 malt extract calendar. The nice thing was you could order one of these for only 10 cents, either stamp or coin. This Schlitz 1910 malt extract calendar shows the story of John Alden and Priscilla. This complete story of John and Priscilla is on the reverse. The calendar is held taut by a heavy roll of cardboard on the base. This is a 4.5-inch pre-prohibition tip tray from the Yuengling Brewing Company. This is another 4.5-inch pre-prohibition tip tray from the Buffalo Brewing Company of Sacramento, California. This tip tray is from the Peter Dolger Brewing Company of New York. The Bartholomew Brewing Company issued this 4.5-inch tip tray featuring Renzi beer. This 4.5-inch Schonk tip tray from the Columbus Brewing Company of Columbus, Ohio predates 1905. From the Angeles Brewing and Malting Company, who was in business from 1905 to 1912 at Port Angeles, Washington, is this beautiful 1909 Pan Alaska 4.5-inch tip tray. From National Brewing Company in San Francisco, California, is the famous Rider breaking through the paper tray. From the Philip Schneider Brewing Company of Trinidad, Colorado, we have a 4.5-inch tip tray. From the American Brewing Company in Rochester, New York, we have this very beautiful Liberty beer tray. The Mangus Beck Company of Buffalo, New York advertised their Beck's beer on this pre-pro 4.5-inch tip tray. The Iroquois Indian Head beer tray is from the Iroquois Brewing Company of Buffalo, New York. Again, a 4.5-inch tip tray. Somehow, this Apache beer thermometer from the Arizona Brewing Company, Phoenix, Arizona, managed to survive the Arizona summers. A very unusual pre-prohibition piece is this cribbage board from the Buffalo Brewing Company of Sacramento, California. This post-pro statue is made of pot metal and is from the Peel Brothers Brewing Company of New York. This normally would have a bottle on the stump. In 1897, the Pabst Brewing Company put out a mug showing Brigham Young on one side and the state of Utah's seal on the other. This stein for 3B beer is from the Bellingham Bay Brewing Company of Bellingham Bay, Washington. This is a pre-prohibition stein. From the Decatur Brewing Company of Decatur, Illinois, we have this 4.5-inch mug. It's a pre-pro piece. Wagner's Old Time Lager mug is from Wagner Brewing Company of Granite City, Illinois. This is a pre-prohibition mug. This miniature mug is 2 3/4 inches high. It is from the August Lang Company of San Francisco, California. August Lang was a bottler and not a brewer. Here's a label bottle of Arizona Apache beer. Apache beer was produced until 1949. In 1949, the Blatz Brewing Company issued this bottle commemorating the 35th Division, Battery D, of which Harry Truman was a member. This is the only bottle known to have an American flag on it. It took a special act of Congress to get this approved. From the Klondike Brewery, Dawson, Yukon Territory. Geyers Brewing Company was in business for only 3 years, from 1890 to 1893. This early crockery bottle represents the height of ornateness. The fashionable beverage of the day, brilliant in color, absolutely pure, stimulating and rejuvenating. This original oil painting is 67 inches by 34 inches. It was produced by Edward Hans of Sioux City, Iowa, for the Sioux City Brewing Company. This fine tin wall hanging was put out by the Anheuser-Busch Brewing Association advertising Budweiser beer. Titled Say When, it is a pre-pro piece. This 12-inch pre-pro tray is from the Peel Brothers Brewing Company of New York City. Note the unusual spelling of America. The title of this tray is Introduction. It was a stock design, meaning that any brewer could order this particular design and have his name put on the tray. This particular tray is from Lembeck and Betts Brewing Company of Jersey City, New Jersey. It is a pre-prohibition tray. Although Charles Lutz and Brother were not brewers, they advertised Rheingold and Teutonic Ale. This tray is circa 1914. This beautiful factory scene is of the Ebley Brewing Company. If you'll note the ocean in the background, and in the foreground are very few cars, mostly horses and carriages. From Wells and Zurich, we have this very exciting tray showing everything. Bottles, food, people, action, automobiles, ships in the background. The only thing missing is the factory belching the black smoke. This Conrad Urich tray can be dated between 1899 and 1901, as this was produced by the Tuscarora Tray Company, who went out of business in 1901, and Conrad Urich did not start his brewery until 1899 and lasted only up until 1903. This beautiful tray from the American Brewing Company of St. Louis, Missouri, advertises ABC beer. If you'll notice, you have a steamboat on the water and the ocean in the background. On the sides of the tray are scenes showing Japan, Egypt, the Philippines, Alaska, Cuba, and New York. This beautiful lithograph is from the Bosch Brewing Company of Lake Linden, Michigan. White Seal beer was a product of the Kewell Brewing Company of Crookston, Minnesota. Kewell was in business in Crookston from 1899 to Prohibition. The sign is celluloid over cardboard and was molded to be self-framed. The sign was manufactured by the Meek Company and is called Tuscalite. The Meek Company was in business from 1901 to 1909.
This is Norm Peterson. Lynn and I have enjoyed bringing this collection to you and plan to present new collections for your viewing pleasure. Please send us your comments on Breweriana 1 so that we will know what your interests are. If you wish to write us or order additional tapes, send your letters to Video Collections, care of the Brewery, 1605 North 7th Avenue, Phoenix, Arizona, 85007, or call us at area code 602-252-1415. Thank you very much for your interest. Guitar by Art Sutherland.